heard the tale of whatever happened to the king of the night? Well, here's the tale. One day, there was a normal man, a regular guy. He was a college student, taking classes, taking a part-time job, living on his own, trying to take care of himself. He also had a predecessor, a student. This guy trained people. This guy was a guy who trained people how to live, socially awkward people, how to live in the real world. And he had one predecessor, and he taught him for a while. One day the predecessor got crazy because the predecessor was actually was kind of more of a stalker. You know, after this man found out that his predecessor was kidnapping women and and tying them up and raping them, the man wanted to put a stop to all this because he disgraced the man's teachings. But the student wouldn't have it. So what the student did was shot the man in the forehead with a .45 caliber pistol. There was so much blood on the floor. Lots of blood ran out of the man's head. He laid down there, and it was dead for a day. One day, a sorceress discovered the man, took the body of the man, and out of sorrow, because the man was good looking, so she kind of, had more of a thing with the man. She balled up in tears, grabbed the body, took it somewhere, then used dark magic to resurrect the man back to life. Used everything she possibly could. The first two attempts didn't work, but the final attempt brought him back. But didn't bring him back as fully human. The man woke up one day, and the man woke up, looked at himself. His skin was white and palish. It's almost to match a vampire's complexion. The man took a look in the mirror. His eyes were yellow and his skin was pale. And he constantly smelled blood. The man was upset, screaming and punching the mirror, saying, "I'm ugly. I'm a monster. Why is my existence like this?" The sorceress came back, happy that the man's still alive, thanks to her reviving him. The sorceress said that she brought him back to life, and he couldn't be brought back as a normal human being anymore. That he was something else. He was one of the undead. The undead man. So what's going on? The sorceress explained everything, and because of the binding contract of of the resurrection spell, the man was very appreciative that he was brought back to life, but he didn't like the way he looked or feel. But he was immortal now. The undead man was immortal. The sorceress, however, said, "Now, since I brought you back to life, you're going to be serving under me." The undead man was so appreciative. He was in tears. And he agreed with the sorceress. In fact, now the undead man fell in love with the sorceress, but still was pissed off and angry at the person who killed him. The sorceress says, "You want to seek revenge. I know where your predecessor student is currently. He's in he's in the science lab at the college you're at. So you can seek your revenge there, but then after that you will start serving and doing things for me. The undead man agreed. After that, the undead man went to the college and went to the science lab. Found the student, found the predecessor student, filled with rage and anger. He didn't just, words were exchanged. And the undead man, with a lot of anger, said, "How could you do this to me?" And the student was kind of freaked out because it's like, the student was asking, "How are you still living? How are you still breathing?" So, out of rage and anger, the undead man pulled out his hand, and now he could use dark magic. So he used a high level of fire magic, burnt down the whole entire science building, even though he was only trying to kill the student that killed him before. There was a lot of other innocent students who got put in the crossfire. A lot of people were killed in the building, burnt down, burnt down, like completely incinerated, like no trace. The undead man became more insane due to his bloodthirsty revenge. After his bloodthirsty revenge, he screamed, and then he gave himself a new name. And the new name was the King of the Night. Now, he works with the sorceress, but also, he was obsessed with his power. So, he knew how strong and powerful he was and he couldn't die. He got so obsessed with his power and hot-headed with his power that he wanted to control the world. He wanted to start controlling stuff. He wanted to go to state, to control everything. But then, there's a supernatural hunter that found the King of the Night. King of the Night was now staying at the top tower of the city where the college was. He was in the tower, just waiting and pondering his next move. The hunter found the King of the Night at the tower. They both fought. The hunter actually is the one who won and defeated the King of the Night. Because the King of the Night's power hungry for power, led to a lot of casualties. King of the Night has killed dozens and dozens of people with magic because he got so obsessed with his power he wanted more. But the hunter won the battle. But and the supernatural hunter, thought he's defeated the King of the Night. But none he don't understand is that when police were searching for bodies, the King of the Night's body disappeared. We don't know what happened. We don't know what's going on. We don't know where he's at, or how, or where. The hunter has, disappeared, but the King of the Night has also disappeared. The only thing that we don't know is if he's still alive or not. Some rumors say that there is a man 5'7" with golden eyes a sleek long black jacket with the fur on the hood, dressed in all black, with black hair, long black hair. Sometimes it'd be put in a bun, sometimes it's not. Some people say that they know and they still see the King of the Night, but some people disappear. The only people that disappear are mostly rapists, serial killers, stalkers, because of his discontent for stalkers and serial killers. Discontent for serial killers, stalkers, and rapists. Rapists have rapidly been disappearing lately. Stalkers have been disappearing lately. Serial killers have been disappearing lately. No one knows what happened to them. There's not even, and when people find the bodies of rapists, serial killers, and stalkers, their bodies are nailed onto a plank of wood, upside down. Kind of looks like a cross, but it's upside down, with blood dropping down from the bodies. But no one knows who did it. No one knows what happened. All what people know about this is that some people claim to see the King of the Night. The only people that survived the King of the Night were the innocent. The innocent people. Anyone who's a rapist, serial killer, or stalker, they disappear or end up on a bloody plank of wood with their blood dripping down. All we know about the King of the Night is that some people claim to see him, so we don't know if he's out there or not. Who knows? The King of the Night might be next to you or near you. You don't even know. We just know that there's bodies of stalkers, rapists, and serial killers. He could be right next door to you. He could be right near to you. He could be anywhere. No one's claimed if the King of the Night's real, or if no one knows if the King of the Night is real. Some claim he's real. Others claim he's a fake. But who knows? He might be right next door to you. He might be there. No one knows of his existence currently. But most people who've seen the King of the Night and fit the criteria of rapists, stalkers, or serial killers either end up on a plank of wood with their blood dripping down, or they disappear for good, no trace of them. All we know is the King of the Night could be out there.